That's one of my favorite intro of all time.
No,
of all time.
Only the camera's going to get me messing up, pressing the music button before I hit record. We didn't get any of the recording. I had to stop everything, record. So Peter's like a second ahead of me.
Chris also went. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. But that didn't get on the recording either. That would have been good.
Now, this is why I don't go do 3 beers prior to a podcast. That's about drinking. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for joining us on a beautiful Saturday night. I got Chris on the ones and the twos drinking popping.
Yeah.
Then Coors Light like he's a man, the myth, the legend. I got Pat Lynch over here drinking water because he's a...
I got a Coors Light there, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Are you saying you're saying it's not a good idea to pregame the pregame of the pregame?
You know what, Pat? That's one hell of a way to put it. There's a pregame to the pregame podcast. That's a pregame to the pizza party.
Which
to
is
the
a
pizza
pregame
party. To the Carol's Pub, South City Revival.
Yeah, this was all Pat's idea. I'm blaming Pat.
Tomorrow
This was my idea. Yes, this was.
You know what's nice? I don't really have anything to do tomorrow. So if me and Pat called me and be like, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm not going to do the Hot Dog Fest. Or maybe I'm going to do the Hot Dog Fest. I'm good either way.
I'm just going to send off the Cubs tickets to her and just be like, hey, I'm not making it.
Oh, I guess I was there too. That reminds me.
And
you guys want to go to the Cubs game?
No.
Well,
I'm sure that I don't want to go to the Cubs game.
Nah.
You
could have been the Hot Dog Fest with your boy.
I
up in with the Hot Dog Fest.
I was really hoping you sold those tickets, Pat. I was like, please. I waited until like 8:30. Ask him. I texted him at like 8 o'clock on Friday night.
I didn't even put them on yet. I got to do that.
He's like, no, they're up for sale. I'm like, you want any? I'm like, maybe. Let me get back to you. I got back to him at 9. He's like, yeah, here's 2. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I didn't put them on sale yet. That's why.
Pat's a sweetheart. He got me the lunch for July 2nd. You know what's funny? I thought it was just going to come. Yeah, it's really nice of you. I thought.
Is that going to be you and the Davis family?
No, it's going to be me, Lauren, Ben, and Nicole.
So the Davis family.
The extended Davis family.
The extended Davis family.
When Pierre goes on Family Feud, it's gonna be the Davis family, and then there's gonna be Pierre, and Pierre's gonna be like, I'm not part of the Davis family.
Fuck! Are you kidding me? If
I no, 5 people.
No, get the fuck. Are you kidding me? If we're ever doing Family Feud, your ass has to be on there.
I want Big Mike on there.
Let's be honest.
For the comedic purposes, yes. But for me and Chris,
and Pepsi slamming that thing.
No,
be like some dumb answer. I'll be so good.
No, it would be Chris, Lauren, Peter.
We got the Brown family versus the McGraw family, and it's me, Pat, Pepsi, me, Pat, Peter, Big Mike, and Joe, and it's like
Lauren and we have to figure out who's the smartest.
You can cut me out.
No, we're putting you on the team.
You gotta be on the team.
I want to see Pepsi slam that thing and see give him Steve Harvey an answer. The Steve Harvey's like, look what it looks like.
You know what's funny? I could honestly see. But this is the randomest start to all podcasts.
Yes, it is.
But I could, and nobody knows who Pepsi is. Pepsi's been on this sitting in the corner of this podcast for
numerous
years.
times. Biggest fan.
But I'm imagining Pepsi going and saying like, what's your wife's favorite kitchen machine, and then giving like a silly goof, and he's like, and I'm just thinking that like, oh god, it would be like she likes the
old sausage.
And then
what? Sausage maker, Steve.
So, yeah.
I could see Pat. You know who I would.
And then Chris coming back behind him. Fuck you, dude. We're trying to win $50,000.
You know who I'd like to? Who would I replace most anybody on the team with, including myself? Megan McGraw, just to see her be like, she get like a wrong answer, she'd be like, I'm gonna beat. It's like she'd be like,
she give it to Steve. Steve, say something. I dare you.
F you, Steve. F you.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm going over the booth.
Came out of this podcast thinking, I'm not gonna have a beer. I'll have some water with Pat. It's a good idea.
It's called.
Oh no. The Coors Light feels kind of nice after.
It does.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, if you've watched this podcast,
well, the party parrots are like the same as this, right? Technically.
Well,
I think this is 4.2. Party Parrots 4.5.
This has got a lot of real bad chemicals, GMOs.
That 0.3 gets me, man, every time.
This really gets you going. Like the taste in here is all chemically formatted.
Ask Peter about the 0.1.
Are we excited for the draft old styles later?
Probably 1.
We're not getting any coordinated conversations.
No, we're not.
I was trying to say.
Apologies.
Why are you trying to talk bad about Coors Light?
No, I'm trying to say I like this motherfucker.
Because they're not.
They're
not
I was this
sponsoring
close
us.
to the sponsorship deal, and now it's done.
They're like modified GMOs, bad chemicals in the can. Is it just because they won't sponsor us? I mean, we've worn the gear. We've crawled them out. You know,
We only get
is it because
50 views a week, so I get it.
Is it because we haven't shown up to
You know
Mecca?
that- you know,
Do
we
we need to
haven't-
show up?
I cleaned my onesie. It's ready to go for the next event.
Oh, nice. We are. You know what? We're trying to get better at the swearing. Our YouTube videos went from like 300-400 a week to like 50. So I don't know what we did. We had to done something. We pissed off somebody.
The algorithm. We're pissed off YouTube.
We're not showing enough feet in the podcast.
We're out. We're out on the new podcast vibes. So
You know what it is? We called out the lady who wants us to give Pat a wedgie.
yes,
and
and
then,
she was very upset that we called her out last week too.
and then
I'm
the guy-
sorry. Listen,
What?
She's-
Oh, you were here for that. That's right. Watch episode 259 or whatever.
no,
it was.
you jackaloon. 242. We're at episode 243. Thank you again here for joining us. Do us a favor, hit that like, subscribe,
And put us back in
comment.
the algorithm.
Come on, help us out. What did
we do wrong?
There's nothing wrong. This podcast has got to be 90 times, at least 1,000 times better than most podcasts out there for 100%.
You know what it is?
Volume's decent.
It's because
content's okay.
It's
Guys
because
are
Joe's
ugly.
feet weren't on the podcast last week. That was another one.
Yep. Well, one day. But all right, let's dive into it. How are you guys doing tonight?
How's your week? How was your week, Peter? You know, you normally ask, how was your week?
You know what? Honestly, okay.
It doesn't matter how your week was.
So we had a really nice Saturday. I'm sorry. I had a very nice Saturday. We went for a nice run. We went to the gym. We did
some landscaping.
I know we don't like the properties, but it was nice to catch up, be outside. And it was done in 2 hours. Pat had it lickety split. Like he's like, hey, we're doing this. We're going up there. We're doing this. Out by 12:30.
I mean, the weather wasn't super bad. I mean, it was cooler out this morning when we
which
first
is
got
nice.
out there. Yeah.
Chris, gem of a man's like, hey, take a right here, left here, left here. Ended up at a bakery, got some cake donuts. I had a donut and a cup of coffee. I was going to go take a nap. I took like a 15-minute nap. I said to myself, life is pretty okay. Like I'm very blessed.
Did you put your ass in the water and toes in the sand?
I wish I could. No, I just honestly had a second there, and I was just like, we don't have everything. We don't have nothing. We're just so perfect in the middle.
And
It's
then Lauren's
very
like,
nice.
hey, Peter, can we eat? And he's like, no.
No, she came home. Like, she was actually shopping because she's going to Italy next week. She came home at like,
With like 800 bags, and Peter's like, God damn it.
I got home. I literally laid down. I got like 10 minutes, and I heard boom. Like, I heard that first door, bam. And then she comes in, and I'm like,
so what's she gonna do when she sees all the things that Italy she wants to buy, and then she can't buy them because she bought all the new stuff there already?
that's what I thought. But no, I just
Literally, there
literally
are
very
clothing
blessed.
shops everywhere in Italy. Like on the streets, they're trying to sell you all this crap.
Yep. Work's good. Life's good. Beer's good.
Peter's canceling all the credit cards next
Whatever
week.
the
a
fucking
good idea.
vitamin that we got is making my Sundays like I'm fucking 19 years old again.
That's not a good thing.
What?
It's probably not a good thing.
No, it's not.
It's
No,
fine.
it really isn't. We're getting cancer from all this alcohol. Literally, everybody's saying, you know what? Actually, let me say this. I know that alcohol's bad. I actually don't know where my cell phone's at. I'll
Your
figure-
whiskey-
Oh, it's on the
yeah.
counter.
Whiskey's
sorry.
good for you.
No. So alcohol is not good for you. That's me, buddy. Sorry.
I thought it was at fault.
Oh, my bad.
Look a little loose there.
But a guy on Instagram came out and he said this perfectly. People who actually drink live longer than people who don't drink, because you are more in the moment in the celebration of, like, not saying like you don't want to be the guy in a trap house.
You don't want to
alcoholic.
Kreischer.
You don't want to be yes, that's 1,000 way to do it. But you also, if you could, like, and if you can't control it, then yes, you shouldn't be doing it. But if you could go out, like, I don't, you guys, maybe once in a while you'll have a drink on a Friday. If you're on a date or you're at a dinner with the family or friends, maybe Friday once.
Yeah, I
6
never
months.
leave work and have a desire to get a drink on my train ride
Ever.
home.
Monday through Thursday, never.
After tax season, that's like the only like
Once. And it's like, we don't do the,
we
let's
do
get
like
Rager on a, no,
we
we'd rather
do
go
like
home.
one or two, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I just don't have a desire to drink.
And
it
so
like that much.
Saturday we go out and we have a really good time. But if there's a celebration, like we're the guys that you want there.
We had a couple beers at Post Malone on Thursday. We had what, 3-ish, 4-ish?
I felt good, but we drove.
I think we all had.
Yeah.
I think we
Four,
all
right.
bought one. So yeah, like
The only
four.
thing with that was it was a little bit less sleep than that was kind of tough.
Yeah, sleep's always a
Yeah.
bitch.
But what he said is on you know, if statistically everybody says alcohol is terrible for you, should never have not an ounce of alcohol. You're killing yourself. But the statistics show that people who are drinkers, who are occasional drinkers, live longer than people who don't drink at all.
Do you consider us to be occasional drinkers? I don't feel like we fall in that category.
So what do you think is an occasional drink? What do you think? What do you think
I
we
would
are?
I would call Katrina like an occasional drinker
Because
she drinks like on occasionally when she's out with people, but she does not drink every weekend or every week. Like there'll be multiple weeks where she's probably not drinking any alcohol.
Okay, that's fair. I'd say 1 day a week is occasional.
I'm saying we're probably like if you look at like it's
So
like,
statistically, we're not.
when
doing
you
well,
go to, when you
is what
talk to
you're
your doctor, like how many drinks do you have a week? I'm like, well, I only drink 1 day a week.
saying. Yeah.
How much you have in that day?
Is that?
Like,
I guess that's not great.
how much you have in that day? Like probably more than I should. Is probably the answer.
What is it? They say you shouldn't have more than 2 drinks a day, right? I think I'm under the 2 drinks a day, even with like drinking on Saturday.
I think we're better than we used to be.
Yeah.
We definitely don't go
We don't-
as much
as hard in the paint.
Because there's no point in that. Like we know we get to
We
a
also
good
don't
feel.
go late night anymore, which helps to cut.
I think
number
the other thing is we've also been very good recently too, even like during tax season and after tax season, where we've called it about like 1:30ish to we're not staying until they call last call at the bar.
Yeah.
We're getting out of there before that happens. So we get.
I mean, like
And you're young.
before, but yeah.
Hey, listen, I don't.
I mean, there's some times where that happens.
when you're
yes.
young, go until you start to feel it, and then you back off, and then you got to figure out your combination that works. I think about this. People,
do you feel like having to have a combination to keep you going in the game is probably not a great thing?
It's probably not. Pat, maybe you just take this podcast.
Hey, Pat, maybe you just
You
go home
really-
and hang out with Katrina and be an occasional drinker.
Yeah.
I'm just disappointed that I don't have my Pat glass. That
You do actually. It's in that fucking bag over there.
I bought you so much for being a
And
part of my
it's- yeah,
wedding.
and it's-
And you're not taking advantage of it at all.
I thought you were
and
gonna-
then you come in here
I thought you were
and you
gonna-
talk shit to how we have figured out. We've beaten the game
I thought you were going to deliver to my
drinking
house.
wise.
Like, I thought you were
No, you had
You
numerous
were
shifts.
such a.
You know what, Peter? You want a fast break?
I kind of do.
Yeah, I think
Don't
we should
touch
all.
my fast
Yeah,
breaks.
shut your goddamn mouth.
Don't touch my fast
Yeah, I
break.
think that's right from saying
We
here.
haven't, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
We have left those. Every time I come to this goddamn apartment, I want to eat one, but I don't because I'm a good guy, Pat.
You are a good guy.
That should be payment for me holding on to it for this long.
I'll give you one if you want one.
Ladies and gentlemen, I
Stupid bitch.
apologize.
I'm sorry. We got off track. We got off track.
We got hot because Pat Lynch trying to make me feel bad.
He's a
when I'm
fucking
having
piece
great-
of shit.
I'm having a great Saturday. I'm enjoying life. I'm trying to behave.
He's telling us that we're drinking too much.
I'm drinking
Is
with
that
you.
you talking to Katrina too much?
Yeah.
You need to stop talking.
I'm
to her.
still drinking with you. It's not like I'm not doing it.
Are you agreement with?
Last
Are
Saturday-
you agreement with the ladies on
Yeah.
last Sunday where we're all creeps at the bar?
Yeah, that
What?
was a tough discussion.
They call us creeps at the bar?
Yeah, they're like, you guys
You're
why
too old. You're
yeah,
too old to be at the bar. You're creeps.
We're not even talking to anybody. We're not trying to meet any women. I'm literally
Hey,
nothing.
all I know is that I'm getting undressed with my eyes, but all the ladies around us, all right? That's what I'm saying.
That's why you're a creep.
We don't
They
ever
don't,
try.
address, they don't address the creeps, Chris. The weird Asian guy that was trying to dance with.
Oh,
that's the creep.
That was weird. That was a little awkward.
That was weird. I think
just enjoy
they're
life.
just jealous that we still look youthful and can move.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
The hips don't lie, baby.
Okay, well, that's it. Last Monday, Pat and Chris were very nice to come golf with me. I wanted a cup of coffee. I go to my buddy here and say, hey, Chris, what would you like to drink?
A Coors Light.
He's like, Coors Light. I looked at him. It's 10 in the morning. I'm like, you know what? That's not a bad call. I go to the lady. Hey, can I get 3 Coors Lights and a coffee? She's like, I'll need your ID. And I was like, oh, you don't have any idea.
That was the lady at Soldier Field. She's like, can I get an ID? I'm like, oh, absolutely, sweetheart.
She looked. I'm not even kidding. I'm not fucking jerking myself off. I'm not doing it. She looked at my ID. And she's like, oh shit. And she looked at me. And she's like, oh shit.
I was the lady at Soldier Field. I'm like, you're so kind. She's looking. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, this is a great day. I'm gonna tell my wife about this right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All week. I come home that night, peacocking.
Peter, we were at like Jewel, and the guy's like, I need to see your ID. And Peter's like, you don't need to see his ID. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Peter. Let me have this moment.
You want to see this? You want to see this?
Yeah.
You want to see this?
Pat's always looked young. Yeah, Chris,
If
if
I
you
sh-
shed
if
that
I-
beard.
Oh,
Sweet
or
Jesus.
if I put some color in it without the little gray.
That's the
just
only
agree.
reason I shave.
Yeah.
If I shaved, I would look a lot younger.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I would look like a big fucking toe.
You'd look like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Towing it up.
No fucking chance.
You need to keep the beard. It's
All right, I gotta grab this. I'm gonna take a pee and I gotta grab the phone so we can get into. So how would you guys talk about ACDC?
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna be, let's talk about AC/DC, Pat.
So it's last Saturday, Christopher. So last Saturday we went to see one of the legendary rock bands
I mean,
of the world.
let's be honest. Before we even get into it, let's make we made the right call by getting there by like 6:30.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because there no way we walked right in, no issues.
Soldier
no,
Field is a miserable place to see concerts.
It is. The other thing is like,
Did you not think Wrigley's easier to see concerts? I mean, I know there's more people at Social Field, but still, Wrigley is like so much easier to get around in.
Well,
And it's 100 years old. It's so much easier to get around it.
I mean, well, the other issue is Soldier Field had all like every 500 feet you went, they had a merchandise
They
stand.
really
It was like,
did.
why?
Yeah, and I feel like when we've seen concert before, they had them outside and more in the
Yeah.
upper deck, like the backer part.
Back part, yeah.
And this, they were like, nope, put it right here.
But I mean, outside of that, like,
But it was crazy though, because like I went to see my dad before you guys. Like,
Yeah,
she was
yeah, you
she got
told
the
us
first line, and I walked all the way around, and every line got progressively shorter.
yeah.
But my dad, like, I could have literally got it and bought every shirt,
That
no
you wanted.
problem, no issue.
So like the first part, we get in there. The opening band doesn't go on until what, like 8:10.
Yeah, it was like 8, almost like 8. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so they came on.
They did an
and
hour.
Apparently, the lead singer of that band was the little girl from
The Grinch.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey.
Shout out to Joe Keneally, who's not here right now.
Yeah,
but
Joe
he's the one
can
who
really do that one.
She does not look like she used to.
Yeah, not what I would call a great opener for AC/DC.
I mean, they were a rock band. They were a hard rock band, but they were. Her audio was rough. I could not understand a word she was singing. Really, not that I mean, probably if I knew the songs, maybe, but like just like I could just not really hear her that well.
It wasn't
So
great.
They clearly weren't calibrating her audio real well for the band.
I'm also going to be real creepy about that for a hot second. She's a very attractive young
And
lady.
you were like looking up all the Instagram photos.
Nope. Joe came to me and he's like, she's known for taking her top off. And I was
She did
like-
not do that at the show that I saw.
And I
It
was like,
too cold out for that.
the whole time I'm waiting, I'm like,
headlights
Come on,
on,
baby!
Headlights
and
on.
I'm like,
baby.
hey, Joe told me you're supposed to take that shirt
What
off.
has Joe seen her at that she takes her shirt off?
Fuck, he actually likes a couple of songs.
What is she taking her shirt off though? That he's seen her at.
She just likes to take her top off.
He may have just read about. He may know about the band a little
I
bit.
mean, I'm okay with girls can do what they want to do.
I mean, like you guys asked me about Andrew WK and the Elvis guys. I'm like, I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
But
I-
Or the 98-second countdown.
I loved it though. By the time I got to like 50, I was all in.
I wanted to be honest with you. There was no top off though.
Oh, yeah, that's
But it did have me mentally checked in.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought it was a dude. At first.
And then we did the beer chug during Thunderstruck.
Thunderstruck!
And your wife was not drinking any beer during that time. She was like she was faking a little bit because I think she was number. She got stuck with the long one, and it was
No, the late night. My lady friend got stuck with the long one.
Yeah, Lauren didn't look like she was actually drinking when she was doing the Thunderstruck. But it's okay. though.
Why didn't you hit her?
Why did I hit her?
Why didn't you hit her?
You were the closest person to her.
What do you want me to do? I can't fucking come up 3 over to slap her.
I'm just saying it doesn't feel like I should
Be
do
a
that.
man and take care of what needed to be taken
Take
care
care of business.
Slap
Don't be telling me 2
Slap
weeks
your wife
later.
around.
Just be like, bam, that's for Peter. He would have said,
You should have hit Katrina, so Katrina would have hit
Yeah.
her.
Katrina was drinking it. I'll give Katrina. She was going for it. I gave her. She
I'm
had.
going to have to talk
That,
to Lauren
that may
now.
have been the most excited. I've seen Katrina at a concert in my whole entire life.
Oh, yeah, she was
Katrina
into it.
enjoys.
She enjoyed it.
it.
Yeah, but that's like family. She feels the family. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. No, it was a good time. And then tonight, I'm so excited for tonight. Listen, okay.
Pierre's
I like
boys are back.
I like
I've
ACDC.
been walking down the road trying to loosen my load.
And then the what's the Indian song? The
Oh,
Child-
Feathered Indians.
Yeah,
also,
Feathered-
he's a big fan of the Brett Eldredge song. They
Yep.
do that a lot, and they do the one Brooks and Dunn song all the time. Like I
Do they-
saw the light of it.
Baptized.
Yeah,
What's their kind of opening one? Not the opening one, but like the sound check.
Taking it easy.
Yeah,
the Eagles.
Take it easy. But I'm not gonna lie to you.
Where'd you get those wings, you angel?
I went to so ACDC was fun. It was great, but it's like I'm like more of a country guy, so that was fun. But I was dying for like give me something like
I mean, AC/DC was they are what they are. They're
Yeah,
just some
they're
good old
great.
fashioned rock and roll.
and then
Lyrics not too deep. They're just
yeah.
they're just out there just throwing some
then
guitars
last
at
night
you.
it was all 80s classics, like all the 80s like movie scene songs last night, and then
Where were you at? Listen.
With Lauren's dad.
the park band
The
at
park concert with Lauren's dad.
Was it
and
like
they
a
also
cover
had
band or something? Was it like a
Leonard
general cover
Skinner.
band? or-
Leonard Skinner. Is that Stairway to Heaven?
No,
No,
No, that's Led Zeppelin.
I'm sorry, Led Zeppelin cover band, and then it went into like a guy who plays all the 80s, like 80s movies, like on like Johnny Five, all those, like those action scenes. Everybody's heard those songs, and that was that.
Oh, did you get the Eye of the Tiger?
Oh, dude, it was everything. And I was enjoying it, but I was just like, man, I cannot wait for South City Revival. Just Peter's time. I fucking can't
Peter's
wait.
time. Peter's
I can't
time.
wait.
Lauren, you stay the fuck away from me. It's
And
Pierre's
then
time.
next Thursday, camp is gonna. Oh, I just can't wait.
If you didn't see, ladies and gentlemen, Peter's went 6 to midnight. He is.
And the boys are coming.
You guys would say the word camp, and Peter goes with a little emphasis on the A, and Peter's all in.
All right.
You
Okay,
did.
well, stop making it weird.
I got a couple weeks. Dave Matthews, me, and Chris, gonna be on the front row.
Oh,
Oh, jackpot.
shit.
Jackpot. Pat's got the stadium caddy for both of you.
We're not
All
leaving,
right.
Chris, baby.
All right, so let's start with last week's news to start this week off. So people, if you missed it, this is what this podcast is about. We're bringing you
Old
drinks,
news.
partying, stories.
Old
And we're bringing the old news to start this week off. This one I thought I sent this to the boys who are late to get into an airport.
Oh, that definitely wasn't me.
Turkey will now.
Oh no, Pierre, I did see this. Or Pierre.
Oh, I got two things. United,
Yeah, they won't let you check. I know you can check in that late, to be honest with you.
30 minutes.
They used to be 45 minutes. They won't let you
No,
check
they
in.
closed the door 30 minutes before.
No, they let you check into a flight up to 45 minutes before the flight takes off.
No, 30 minutes. It used
Now
to
it's-
be.
now it's 30.
Oh,
It was
you're right. It
45,
was
now it's 30.
45. Now it's 30.
I didn't know you could check into a flight that late, to be honest with you.
Wow, really?
Usually I'm having an airport beer before that is even an option.
No,
Holy
but we're
shit.
different. But I sent that to Max, and Max, like, thank God I don't do United. But he's like, I'm at least 45 minutes early. I'm like, are you out of your? Oh, he's checking in. I'm like, are you out of
Well,
your
checking
mind?
in, I could see. Yeah, I mean, checking in.
But
like,
so United is changing. They're like, Turkey. You know how people like to click up, down, right as soon as they land.
I saw this on.
They are now fining you.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. I'm fine with that.
Oh, 100%.
I'm totally good with that.
$1,000 for any dickhead who gets up early.
But how do you?
and is out.
My question was, how do you enforce that?
Well, you just that's got to be.
I'm assuming that you're gonna have this, like the stewardess are gonna be like, no, this is seat blah blah blah, and you know who's sitting in that.
Yes.
seat.
and if you're the
how do
idiot
you
who
know?
gets
Like,
up-
are you going to get fined? Are they going to charge a credit card or something? How do you know?
I would assume you would get charged. Like
You
you
can
know,
take it out of the way out.
I never put my card on like if you want to buy stuff in flight, put your card on.
I'm figuring they know where you got like your flight from, and they'll charge you that way, or they'll charge the company, and the company ipso facto will charge you.
I bet you they're going to be raking some cash and money on that one.
Yeah.
That was like those dickheads when we landed from fucking Peter's bachelor party. We were like, we gotta go.
Oh yeah, dude, that was a tough landing, and people were just like, there was a guy in the last
I mean,
row.
the fact that guy got that when he actually hit the runway was very smooth, but up to that point it was
Oh.
a little questionable.
I didn't realize how that really Brian did not like that landing at all.
Yeah, nobody did. I don't.
Well,
think
when
on
I
that
looked to the
flight.
right-
I just kept my mouth shut. I was like, I'm being a bitch. I'm just gonna sit here.
At
and
one
just,
point I looked to my right and I'm looking at the ground. I'm like, that's not good.
I
That's not
looked
good.
out the window and I saw I could see like the highway, and I'm like,
That's not good. That's
Nope.
too much pitch, bro. Too much pitch.
oh yeah, yeah. No, it was sketchy as shit. I'm not gonna lie. So we're going. I'm very blessed to be able to afford to go to Ireland with Lauren, and
Are
I'm
you
not
going
look.
to go to the Guinness plant?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Do you have to get that in advance?
already paid for it.
Nice. I heard it's better there.
I'll let you know.
Let me know.
I'm gonna have one with you before, and then I'll have one there, and I'll let you know.
Can't wait.
But what the problem is, we're going from Dublin, and we're going up to
Northern Ireland?
Derry, London, which is the top of Ireland for whatever fucking reason. It's Derry, London, but we can't fly from Derry straight to Chicago. We have to go from Derry to London, and then London to.
So you got to go farther away and then closer.
Dude, it's a 9-hour flight home. I'm so
9 hours from
yeah.
England? How is it 9 hours? Oh, to Chicago, I guess.
Yeah.
A lot of times what happens with like
It's the getting pushed. Like,
but also a lot of times what normally like my parents would fly to Ireland or my mom or family. A lot of times they take you through New York. Like you stop in New York and then you 6 hours to Ireland from there.
yeah.
Yeah, those extra couple hours. I did 10 to Italy. And that's a long flight.
Dude, I'm not looking for it at all.
Get an aisle seat.
Oh yeah, no, I paid for extra legroom and everything.
Yeah, I would too. It's a long flight. It's a long
Yeah,
flight.
but I'm really not looking forward to that. Like, I almost forced Lauren to take a bus ride back to Dublin because it's a 6 hour. It's like 6.5 hour flight. Versus 9 hours.
I enjoyed going to Italy quite a bit, but that flight was like I was dreading the whole flight coming back. I'm like, oh goddamn, 10 more hours this flight.
Yeah.
But also we had like a 6 hour delay getting out of Italy, so that was a whole other thing. But yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
But
Okay.
you'll enjoy the trip, so it'll be worth it.
This is okay. So this is like 2 weeks old, but Kermit the Frog was the commencement speaker at. Let me figure out what college. I should have wrote that down. I'm sorry.
Someone like puppeting you up.
Yeah. Well, yes, because the.
Talk to me again. I'll put my head up like a puppet, and I'm working back like a puppet. All right.
Give me 1 second here. Kermit
Aim for the bushes, Chris.
the Frog. What college was he at? Wait, let me just see.
Was
What
it
college.
TCU, the Horn Frogs?
No, it was Maryland. I'm sorry, because the guy who created
Jim Henson.
Yep, graduated from Maryland, and he actually wrote Kermit the Frog in Maryland, but he did the graduation speech for Maryland this year. And I mean, you spent probably $80,000 to go to school.
Do you remember who was our commencement speaker?
Yeah, the McDonald's CEO at the time.
Really?
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, I would have rather had
that.
Kermit the Frog than that McDonald's guy.
Because remember he talked about the breakfast, like he talked about how he came up with like the breakfast like selections, like the oatmeal,
Honestly, I do not remember this.
Yeah. Well, you had a hot girl you were playing fucking video games with. I had two of the biggest men, larger than life, and we're hungover as balls.
You don't like men's anymore?
But
I was like, I spent $80,000. You got Kermit?
Yeah, I was a little distracted.
You got Kermit the Frog?
I mean, Kermit would have been. I thought it would have been cool.
I don't know. Seems kind of gimmicky.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck is Kermit the Frog going to teach me about life?
Also, I mean, like if you need a commencement to get motivated, that's probably a bigger problem for you in life in general.
No, that's fair, but like also like that's like kind of like what you pay for. You get like somebody cool when you graduate.
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, Kermit's pretty cool.
All right, Chris is in.
I'm
Cut
in.
her out.
I'm in.
That's fair. And listen.
I gotta watch it back and see what this looks like.
Okay.
I just feel like it would be really
It was
silly.
fine. I mean, it was like, ladies and gentlemen,
It's like the
I
puppet.
hope
Is the
you
puppet
like-
up there or what? Or was it a video thing?
No, I think the puppet was up there. I haven't seen
That seems
I haven't
kinda
seen
wild,
the
too.
speech or anything. I did see that he was a commencement speaker.
Let me see.
I mean, I think it's kind of cool.
I'll see if I can find it real quick.
I mean, I probably wouldn't hate it, but I don't think I'd love it either.
I thought it was weird.
Maybe it
and
depends who
random.
sit next to me, Chris. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
Yeah,
see if we
fair
can get a
enough.
little bit. Kermit the Frog, commencement. Let's see if we can get a little bit of this and see if this works for you.
All I remember is being outside arena, and I was wondering like, why can't I get a Coors Light? Can we open this up?
I mean, I could have used the Coors Light.
Where at?
When I was at outside arena, I was like, can we open that Coors Light dispenser over there? Can a brother get a couple Coors Lights?
Yeah, it was kind of rough. I was pretty freaking hungover.
We're always hungover on Sundays, dude.
Not always.
At that point, we were always hungover.
Along with me? When it's mid to late May, you know what that means. It's commencement season. Across the country, thousands of graduates are once again being sent into adulthood by a famous person or frog. Lovers, the dreamers. As Kermit recently led a sing-along of the Rainbow
Yeah, I'm out.
Connection
I'm out of
with
that. I don't like
seniors
that.
at Jim Henson's alma
Yeah, I don't like the Rainbow Connection.
Yeah.
No.
Friggin' go for it.
Meanwhile, in Boston, Emmy winner Jennifer.
Oh, what the fuck? I want to hear more Kermit, you cocksucker.
Yeah, I'm out on that one.
I don't know about the Rainbow Connection. I'll give you that.
I don't care about the rainbow. I don't. I mean, if you're gonna do it, like I don't. It just feels like.
Let me see if I can find something better. This is pissing me off right now. Shut up, stupid. Let's see if I can get a little bit more.
I mean, this could be an EDM concert.
What a thrill it is to be back here at the University of Maryland and celebrate the class of 2025. Now, as I look out at you students, I can tell that you have all worked your tails off. And as a former tadpole, believe me, losing your tail is a pretty big deal. You and I share someone very special, University of Maryland, and I am talking, of course, about my friend Jim Henson. Yeah, Jim, in the
It
early
doesn't
days,
sound like the
he had
normal
a hand
voice.
in
That's what I thought
literally
too.
everything I did.
Yeah, I think I would
Jim
not
and
be
his
into
wife
this.
Jane were proud students right here at UMD, but it was Jim who taught me about finding your people. He saw what was unique in each person. Life is not a solo act. It's a big, messy, delightful ensemble piece. So graduates, I see you out there, and I know that you will find your people. And you're just getting started.
I mean, I get it. I get
This
it.
is dog shit.
I get it. It's kind of like
That's cute.
it's kind of like the same kind of speech that you get from like what I imagine you get from anybody else.
Wasn't is next?
Fair point.
Is next gonna be the puppet that like, insults you? That guy next.
I mean, comic the insult dog. Yeah, I would take that.
I
That'd
came
be
to
great.
poop on you today.
All right, they're stopping the penny. Trump is
They
called
finally
it.
got rid of it.
You know, here's a good thing about that one though. Here's a fun one though.
Okay, all right. Oh, okay. Let me.
give
Don't
it to us.
listen, Pat.
So the penny
Don't
costs.
let anybody stop you, baby.
So it costs you 4 cents to manufacture the penny, right?
It costs
Oh,
you. It costs you. It
this
costs
is
you.
where I was going.
It costs you 15 cents or like 20 cents to produce the nickel. Why the hell?
So you're gonna round up to a coin that's more expensive to produce.
This, ladies and gentlemen,
This is our jackass government.
this is how fucking stupid our government is.
Let me show you, Pat. I sent this out to the guys earlier this week. Let me show you how dumb our government's been.
Ooh, Chris McGraw, about to lay it down.
I'm about
This
to.
is insane.
It's gonna be a new segment here. I'm gonna kick one in with a Chris McGraw.
How dumb?
How dumb is our
The
government?
Chris McGraw's gonna learn you segment
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Literally, how dumb is our government? In 1967, a Senate subcommittee theorized that by the year 1985, Americans would only be working 22 hours a week and could possibly retire by the age of 38. Pat, I would be retired by now.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how dumb our government is.
That's before they allowed these fucking goddamn gazillionaires.
38.
22-hour work weeks you be working right now.
Hey,
2-hour work week?
they had no idea who fucking Ronald Reagan was.
Yeah,
22-hour work weeks. I only ever worked 22 hours since I was like in high school.
Yeah.
When they let me work more than 20 hours a week.
Let's just let that sit for a second.
Woo.
yeah, people.
That hurts.
Yeah, let that sink
Again,
in.
ladies and gentlemen, the
That's like-
government
that's like-
thought
that's like
we
you-
would be
you don't even get to
retired by
Wednesday.
38. We'd have to work 22 hours. Now, for the love of fucking God, if you don't work 60 to 70 hours a week, you ain't making shit.
You'd work Monday, Tuesday, and part of Wednesday, and you're done.
You want to hear another good one? Russia from like, I think it was like 1962 to like 1988. There was like some time frame between like the 60s and the 80s. Russia on their calendars.
Yes, I saw this too.
Got rid of Friday and
Right,
Saturday
Saturday, 'cause they couldn't have
because they
weekends.
wanted to work. They wanted the full
work
work week. That's all they wanted. Fucking these goddamn governments, man.
Oh boy.
And let's just walk right into it. This is because gazillionaires can't stop. They don't. The billionaire. People talk about this, and I can't. I logically cannot connect with this because I think you should be able to make as much money as you want. But it's also after $1 billion. Maybe you just stop. Once you get to $1 billion,
Do you think most people that get like to like $1 million, maybe like some kind of range of $1 million? What do you think? Let's say 15 million.
You can't live. Yeah,
but low end of 15 million. Do you think like these people that like make $15 million a year or get $15 million a year? Do you think that they think that they're poor because they're not making $1 billion and stuff like that? Like the billion is like the new benchmark.
Well, yeah, but like, think about. You know what I had to say to myself? Like, I legitimately need to have this conversation with myself in my head. Like,
If that kid's taking a shit again,
if he opens that door too.
yeah,
I'll slap the shit out
beat
of
the
him.
shit out of him.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, Chris. $500 doesn't seem like anything anymore. $1,000 doesn't seem like much anymore.
I mean, like
Doesn't it kind of feel like I could just $1,000? It is what it is.
I feel like
I'm not $1,000 a night guy. I shouldn't be thinking that way.
I feel like 100 to like $200 is like nothing. Like
anymore at all. And it used to be like
it was like
$200.
$20. It was like
$100 was
you,
like,
you spent more than $20. You're like, this is gonna ruin my budget.
Yes, you're fucked.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're right. Like the more money you make, the more you feel like you don't have enough.
Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, that's such a fucking weird, like frame of mind to have. It's like I'm not making enough anymore to have this. But like then like everybody like all these companies and everybody like jack up prices. It's like, yeah, you're not making enough because everybody keeps jacking prices up. It's like, what the fuck? You can't get ahead. I mean, you got
And
Pat Lynch
Elon
climbing
Musk
all over
here.
your fucking.
Chris gonna buy a new couch.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, this guy who wants to be the first trillionaire. That's truly his goal in life. Wants to be the first trillionaire.
Or live on Mars.
Is so goddamn hopped up on ketamine, he can't control his bladder anymore. And this is the guy who came in with Doge and was trying to knock out true.
Which depends does he prefer?
He doesn't like. He wants to try to get rid of $2 trillion in the government spending.
My favorite-
Did none of that. Didn't get close. Not even like 100 billion. Didn't even get close to 100 billion.
My favorite is he left Doge because this big beautiful bill that he's like, there's no government.
No,
efficiency.
he can only work for the government for 130 days without having to like be drug tested. It's probably this issue.
Oh, was it? I had also read that like he had realized that like when he left Doge because all the cuts he made were for not because the big beautiful bill was just going to add.
Well, he did come out and he's like everything we've done at Doge
It's for not because
nothing.
of this bill. Because of that bill. That bill was adding so much to the deficit, and his countermeasure, his thing was like trying not to add to the deficit.
I always thought the big thing with Republicans were they're going to cut the deficit, and that didn't seem to be happening.
No,
right now.
they're not doing anything.
Moody, like again, we talked about when I want to get into politics, but it's like you can't get into it.
Let's
Moody
get
came
deep.
out. Moody came in
No, Peter
again
came
and said,
out.
That's a
"Hey,
Patreon.
we're dropping your debt rating because you're not taking your deficits seriously."
Near enough, seriously.
And then guess what? Well, guess what we did? Added $4 trillion to the deficit with this stupid fucking bill.
I think it's more like 2.3 trillion now. They've done the math.
Okay, fair.
Still high. Still high.
There's a senator. There are several senators who are not going to pass.
No,
the bill.
yeah.
I mean, Democrats, none of them are passing. No.
Yeah, but no, there's like Republican ones.
Yeah, there's like 5 or 6 Republicans that are like, no chance.
Yeah, I think Rand
One's from
Paul's.
Wisconsin. One's very much from Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Rand Paul has like he's going to cave because he has stupid thing that he wants to been there.
The Rand Paul's fucking just a chameleon.
Yeah,
he'll agree with anybody.
the guy in Wisconsin is very adamant. He's like, this is not what we signed up for.
There's a guy in Arkansas, and there's the guy in Wisconsin. I've known about the guy in Wisconsin. There's a guy in Arkansas who's like, no chance. Like my constituents will literally.
The guy in Wisconsin is like a very known like no government spending kind of guy.
I like to hear it. Listen. But Illinois has this issue now too, where we have probably like I think it's like close to an $800 billion shortfall. Or, I'm sorry, 800 million, not 800 billion. Jeez, that's 800 million. And Governor Pritzker has at least said, "Hey, we're not doing tax. You guys gotta, you have to make the tough calls. We can't tax anybody anymore. You have to make the tough calls."
You know what pisses me off about our government in Illinois is I keep reading about it and like I kind of understand why these southern counties and all these other counties that don't vote Democrat want to leave is because on this like the budget committee or whatever the committee that deals with the budget, they're so secretive about what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's all Democrat because it's a super majority.
They do it last minute,
Yeah,
and then
they do it last
they
minute.
give you a year's worth of fucking legislation you need to review. I know.
It screws these guys. And like these Republican guys are around there get no fucking say, get nothing. They get last minute. It's like, no wonder these people don't want to deal with you and don't want to be a part of the state because you guys are assholes.
But the problem is, it would be the opposite. If it was a Republican state, they're not giving anybody any fun. Nobody's giving. How about we work together?
No.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in like fucking
Indiana, like
Indiana, they're like,
Indiana,
hey, you're a Democrat.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Go sit in the corner.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like that's the thing. Like I told Peter about this. I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast. There's like 2 counties in Indiana that vote Democrat, and then there's like the rest of them. Like Dave's like, oh, can we succeed to Illinois? And one of them's like Lake County that has Gary, Indiana. It's like, no, we don't want that
We're good,
shit.
we're good.
Yeah, we don't want that shit.
Gary, Indiana just got. They're gonna. So Indiana's trying to do a new.
It's a dumpster. Though.
They're trying to do a new. Like you know how like McCormick is for.
Yeah, no one's going down there.
And Gary just got the Indiana's was going to put a new kind of like conference showcase place,
Like a convention center.
yeah,
type thing.
convention. I'm sorry, thank you for Chris. And they're gonna do.
What the fuck are you gonna do? Poop again?
He's gonna do a convention center, and Gary got it out of all the places.
Oh, get out! Really?
Yeah. All right.
Oh, that makes sense because the fact that Illinois, like all those people from Illinois, you can get all those.
Oh, Katrina!
You're on the
Welcome
podcast.
to the podcast.
Wave to podcast fans.
Welcome to the Saturday Night Pregame podcast. All right, let's get on some feel-good stories here.
Feels good.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Harmony right there. Harmonies.
You know, enough of the bullshit, right? All right, all right.
Sure, there's Coors Light and Nooners in the fridge if you want one.
Tons of Nooners. Don't be scared. Get in there, girl.
Yeah, I would appreciate if you took a nooner.
All right.
There's a Peter. There's a Princess Pete in there too.
All right, here's for Pat and Katrina. Parents should sing more to their babies for positive impact on infants' mood.
How is that
and
relative
their
to
own.
me? I have no babies.
I mean, work on it, buddy.
You can work on it too. You're married.
No. I'm newly married. I got lots of time.
Pierre's on the Joe Keneally plan of like 8 years.
For the positive impact on infants' mood and their own.
Chris might have a kid before all of us, man.
It's much more likely. 18th century gold mourning ring discovered by metal detector is one-of-a-kind British treasure. That's kind of cool. It says here, October 1723. That's got to be like 18. So 18 or no 18. So 1723.
Oh wow.
Wow, that's insane. That's so crazy. Okay, Brandon, this is not a feel-good story, but so a Chinese. This is no, it's not. It's just very interesting.
Tangent.
Chinese paraglider, unfortunately got picked up by, like the wind pushed him. You know, how, like you're pushed him 18,000 feet into the atmosphere.
Oh, he probably could not breathe.
Well, he could breathe, but he he looked frozen almost. And he's because he's GoProing.
Yeah,
No, I know. But he's GoProing, and he's just like,
How did it bring him that high?
It just pushed him up.
You get that.
hell of
You
a
got
wind.
that. Yeah. You got
Yeah.
that upwind, baby.
That's a hell of a wind.
Dude, so when me and Chris were lucky enough to go skydiving,
Yeah, we gave.
when
Pierre,
we got out, it was like, woo!
We gave
But then
Pierre-
you got closer and you're like, oh, it's nice.
we gave Pierre a lot. Me and Joe gave Pierre a lot of crap for wearing pants. Like, it's a ballsy move. It's hot out here. You get up to like 14,000 feet. You're like, oh my god, it's cold as hell up here.
Yeah, I saw not so fun skydiving score this week, but that's not a feel good
that's
story.
not
Not a feel good story.
London Designs Museum turns it into massive warehouse collection into another museum with 250,000. Wow, that's kind of crazy.
Seems like they're just trying to get some more admissions there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Why not?
Tourists stranded after kangaroo crashes received 23 days of unforgettable help from loving locals. That's kind of nice.
That's kind of nice. Yeah.
World's most famous waltz to be beamed into space on composer's 200th birthday, the EU's space agency 50th.
Yeah. Let those aliens know.
Hey, do you know when? Oh, so I saw this too. Elon Musk thinks he's the first expedition going to Mars, end of 2026.
No chance.
It's an unmanned flight though.
Well, what's up?
It's supposed to be an unmanned flight. The first one.
Yeah. A viral photo of team working the night of graduation raises praise and $20,000 for college. So he's like in his like graduation gown, ready, getting ready, it'd be like working, and then he's gonna go right to graduation.
Wow.
That's fucking kind of crazy.
That is wild.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. None of us would have worn that shit that day of.
No.
He's looking for sympathy.
Well, maybe. Heroic youngsters pictured saving couple and baby from flipped car. That's fucking crazy. I don't know. I mean,
Mama strength, right? That's the real thing. They say.
Yeah.
They say if your baby's in danger, then women get like crazy strength.
this German town carefully reconstructed a 5,500-year-old monument lifting 13 tons of stone.
Wow, that's impressive.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but I mean, you think like
13,000 tons of stone. That
I'm sure they.
a ton is what, 2,000?
Yeah.
Modern technology probably helped a little
Yeah,
bit.
I mean,
right?
like,
Yeah, but I mean that's
all
still
all those European cities were built on top of each other, so it's like
Yeah.
when you're
Yes.
excavating, like Italy, the same way. Like they're always to get the ruins, like it's below stuff. It's like they all have to like excavate stuff to get to like the actual like old stuff.
I saw a picture of they did a core sample of the Indiana 500, and like
They do.
for 100
The
years.
race, you mean?
Like yeah, they're redoing, but somebody took a core sample of like that core because they're going to redo there, and they just you could see the years of different
of how the
Yeah.
track on top of track on top
Yeah.
of track.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Japan to begin clinical trials for artificial blood this year.
Artificial blood.
Artificial blood,
wow.
isn't that crazy?
Don't we have real blood like we just put in people? Like what do we need artificial blood for?
This okay. We'll end on
They
this.
probably don't have enough blood donors, so that you probably got to come up with that.
I'll give you two more. 19-year-old won $100,000 for inventing a cheaper, faster way to make antiviral drugs out of corn husk.
He's gonna get murdered by the big pharma.
Luigi Mangioni's on his way.
The spelling bee champion of this year was the runner-up last year, and that's only happened like 12 times in the entire year.
I saw
That is
this.
kinda wild.
I was in the word he said I'd never heard of before, and then the
Oh yeah, and it was like it clear up confusion. That's
never,
like the
never
meaning
heard that
was-
word. And then he was like, they talk about his like regimen to like he had 3 different coaches. He did like he studied
5
like
to 6
5
hours a day.
and like a weekend 7 8
7
hours.
hours.
I'm like, it's not worth it.
Not worth it at all.
What do you get like 50 grand for 100 grand? 100 grand?
No, 50 grand.
Yeah.
This is insane. Supermom sticks to breastfeeding schedule while running 60-mile ultra marathon 6 months postpartum. You know why was the craziest part of all that? That's about full in itself.
I mean, 60 miles
Women-
is crazy by itself.
Yeah.
I mean, running like
with
home
60
mile
miles,
seems like shitty to me.
ultra marathon, mother, 6 months after birth. Any one of those sentences is crazy enough. She won the fucking race.
Oh God! Wow!
She won
Congratulations to her.
the end.
Jesus.
She was breastfeeding throughout the race.
Was a kid like on her? Like, she had a little,
No,
little strap
she
people?
at aid stations she would pump or she would breastfeed.
That's wild.
As the husband is bringing the child with them when they're running.
Yeah,
you
you have somebody like follow you.
Yeah, he's getting pegged later for sure.
getting paid later.
Pegged.
Paid.
Pegged? What?
She's the alpha.
And on that, and
she's
on
the
that,
alpha in that
and
relationship.
on that
Ladies
note,
and gentlemen, my favorite. Ladies and
Pat
gentlemen,
really
oh,
ruined it for us
sweet.
again.
Wow. Hey, we could never
Wow, Pat.
ever end on a feel good note.
I'm back, guys. I'm back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Did you miss me last week?
Hit that like, subscribe, comment. Tell Pat why he's an idiot.
Yeah, Jesus.
Jesus Christ. I'm a little speechless here, but hit us up at the snppodcast@gmail.com.
Which no one checks.
As always, I'm not.
Peter checks it. I check it. I check it on Sundays when I upload the podcast. There's nothing there.
As always, we truly appreciate you listening and commenting and enjoying this shenanigans that is this podcast. We'll see you next week. As always,
Pierre, people, put us back in the algorithm. Bye.